I got me I'm gonna rob someone hat on. Do I look like a burglar? I think I do actually. I think I'd make a good burglar. A cheap little hat covered in dog hairs. So my son's coming with his mate. He wants me to have a look at his exhaust on his car, but he was going to do it himself. I said no, because all you're going to end up doing is killing yourself. You're going to end up getting underneath the car, not jacking it up properly, denting the underneath of the car. Then the jack will probably fall on him and crush him to death. So I said no. If you want your friend's car to be looked at, bring it here and I'll have a look. So I'm waiting for them to come. So we're on Elvis Presley long lost footage. Look, someone's having a new kitchen fitted. We're on Elvis Presley long lost footage. Yeah. Hi Pat. Just a quick 10-minute video while I wait for my son to bring his friend's car here, because he wants me to look at his friend's car because he thinks the exhaust is broke. So obviously, you know, today has been a Dave Stanley day. We've done Dave Stanley on, we've done 2 on defending Elvis Presley, both over an hour long, really going into detail why we just are still very upset with. Hi Angie, got my silly hat on. I look like a burglar. Look at it, I haven't even put it on properly. So guys, come on, it's pretty obvious that the fans are very upset with the Stanleys, all of them, every one of them. I know that Billy seems to be the one that has made amends, and obviously the book, The Faith of Elvis, it's just a lovely book, and has been accepted with some of the Elvis community. And the book, The Faith of Elvis, is just a beautiful read. It really is. I'm a funny guy. I know I'm a burglar. So the emotions are so. There's a lot of emotion, isn't it, concerning the Stanleys? Isn't it funny how Billy Stanley has sort of been, he's been treated like almost a hero. Not by, I wouldn't say by all the Elvis fans, because there's many of Elvis fans that are still upset with the Stanleys, and the word Stanleys is quite a swear word, isn't it? So what is that? The Stanleys are upset because they weren't in the will. Obviously in Elvis's will, nor were the Smiths. Does that explain a lot? The funny thing is, the more I've got into this defending Elvis stuff, hi Vincenzo, we're just walking up and down my road and waiting for my son's friend to bring his car. The more I delve into the topic of the Smiths and the Stanleys and the Memphis Mafia, the more wrongdoing I uncover. Isn't it crazy that Elvis's own friends and family have trashed him again and again and again and carried on making money, and they're still hero worshipped 10, 20, 30, 40 years later. They're still hero worshipped by many fans. This is happening with Priscilla as well. Priscilla trashed Elvis again and again and again, but she's still hero worshipped. They still chase her down the road for autographs, to get her to sign pictures. Now this hasn't happened to any other stars. You know, I think Michael Jackson was mentioned, Prince was mentioned. Yeah, these are people that have had problems with prescribed medication. Yeah, their friends and family didn't trash them. Seriously, think about it, guys. Is Elvis the only star that his own friends and family trashed? Think about it. Do we know of any other star that the people that were good to the star then go on to trash him, to make money, to write loads of books, say disgusting things, reveal very private personal details that may not even be true? This could only happen to Elvis. Think about it. Let's think of all the famous people. Frank Sinatra, obviously Michael Jackson. We just mentioned Prince, Freddie Mercury. Let's think of some favourite people. Not favourite, famous people. How many famous people are trashed by their own friends and family? I don't know of any. But Elvis is every single one. Why is Elvis the only one? Why is Elvis the only one that is trashed by his own family? Why? His friends, his family, his ex-girlfriends, people that work for him, they trash him for books, to write books. Even the ones that write nice books still trash him. Like, for example, Linda Thompson. She's got a nice book about Elvis, but she still trashes him. She still says the stuff, you know, he nearly drowned in a bowl of chicken. There's another story of him choking on an apple core. So you've got the three stepbrothers, Billy Stanley, Dave Stanley, and Ricky Stanley. At one point or other, they've all trashed him. He was sick, but Vincenzo, my point is, why do his own friends and family trash him? That doesn't happen to any other star. I would say Elvis was more good to his friends and family and staff, the people that worked around him, than anyone else that has ever lived. Elvis really did look after his friends, his family. He would buy them cars, homes, motorbikes, horses. He would pay for their medical bills. He would pay for their wives. He would pay for people's funeral expenses if there was close family members that had passed. Elvis would do it all. He would spend, give, even to complete strangers. Elvis really looked after everybody that he came into contact with, didn't he? He looked after everyone that he came into contact with, but they still trashed him. Elvis is the one that gets trashed. Elvis is the one they all write the books about. Elvis is the one that they give very gory private details, personal details that Elvis would never want shared. Most of the things that have been shared about Elvis that are disgusting were shared by close family members. Are you getting what I'm saying though, guys? Why Elvis? Was it because he was too nice, too kind, too good? Elvis didn't leave them anything in the will, it all went to Lisa. So what you're saying is, the reason these people went on to trash Elvis is because they're still upset with him because he didn't leave them anything in the will. Is that what you're saying, Pat? Because I can see the sense in that. The Smiths are upset, allegedly upset with Elvis for not leaving them anything in the will. So are the Stanleys. Maybe this is a form of revenge. Maybe these people feel, oh, now's my time to get revenge, you know, meaning the last four clearly done. Billy Smith has clearly been involved with trash books, trash documentaries, trash biographies, yeah? So has the Stanleys, yeah? So has Priscilla, the ex-wife. So has some of the girlfriends. Linda definitely said things she shouldn't have said. Even Ginger, a couple of things. So basically, one of the point of views of you guys is that because Elvis didn't leave them stuff in the will, and why would he, that they're all getting revenge. Maybe even the fact that because he's dead, so the car's here, I've got to walk back now. Maybe the fact that because Elvis is dead and he can't stand up for himself, he can't really do anything about it, is why they do it. Get my meaning, guys. So he's dead, so they can say what they want. Hi, Chicky Blue. I'm only on for a minute or two because I've got to go and check my son's friend's car. I'm just walking back to them now. They've just driven past me. I just think, poor Elvis. No, this would never happen to any other star. This can only happen to Elvis. That his friends, family, some of his ex-girlfriends, the Memphis Mafia, some of the Memphis Mafia, have all done these trashy books that discuss his mainly his problem with prescription medication. But if we're talking about Priscilla, it goes much worse than that. She almost accuses him of rape, and many other things. Yeah, many other things. So poor Elvis. That's what I think. Poor Elvis. Poor Elvis has to endure. You know, he's up in heaven. A lot of these things happened in front of Lisa Marie when she was still alive. So you have these close family members and friends that trashed him. No wonder she wanted nothing to do. No wonder she wanted nothing to do with the Smiths, the Stanleys, certain Memphis Mafia members, certain ex-girlfriends. No wonder. Because they all let him down. They all betrayed him. He was so good to all of them. Elvis was so good to these people. And their thanks is to betray him. And they then go on to have quite luxurious incomes, lives, through living off his name. Look at the life Priscilla has had through living off Elvis's name, through pretending to be his wife, acting like they were never divorced, acting like they were still married when he died. It's just ridiculous, guys. So unfair. Elvis, the most unfairly treated human being in the world. That's how I feel. Gotta go, guys. See you later.